They said tax-free was the reward, the proof that the system was fair. But in 2025, those words don't mean what they used to. Somewhere between the forms and the fine print, freedom became a definition, and the IRS owns it. Every benefit now has a boundary. Every promise comes with permission. You think you're avoiding taxes, but what if you're trading your control instead? This isn't about fear, it's about awareness, because the most dangerous trap is the one that calls itself safe. Part 1. The language of control. The IRS never needed chains. They built a language instead. Every word, qualified, distribution, tax-free, sounds harmless. Until it changes. Because in finance, control isn't enforced, it's defined. They don't take your money. They redefine the meaning of keeping it. When they say tax-free, they don't mean you keep everything. They mean you keep what they've approved. That's the power of definition. It feels fair, it feels lawful, but it's design, not justice. Every new policy, every IRS update isn't just paperwork. It's vocabulary warfare. And the more you trust the words, the less you question the system that writes them. Part 2. The fine print illusion. They never needed to hide the truth. They just made it too boring to read. Every IRS document, every form, is a masterpiece of obedience. You sign it, you submit it. You call it compliance, but it's consent. That's the illusion of the fine print. It's not designed to deceive the careless. It's designed to exhaust the honest. Every benefit section sounds generous. Every qualification clause sounds fair. But inside those lines, the rules rewrite your rights. You don't lose freedom all at once. You sign it away, line by line, form by form, until your permission feels like protection. And that's how control survives. Not by force, but by form. Part 3. The permission economy. You think we live in a money economy, but that ended long ago. We now live in a permission economy where freedom has a filing deadline. The IRS doesn't need your money. It needs your compliance. Because control doesn't come from ownership. It comes from access. They decide when you can withdraw, how much you can use, and why it's allowed. That's not protection. That's permission with paperwork. And every benefit you're offered, every deduction, every exemption, is a leash dressed as a gift. You call it financial planning. They call it policy management. You think you're using their system, but the truth is, the system is using you. Part 4. The hidden cost of compliance. Compliance feels safe. It feels responsible. It feels right. That's how the cost hides. You follow every rule. You wait for permission. You trust the process. And in return, you lose time. You lose choice. You lose the right to decide what freedom means. The IRS never had to take your wealth. They just had to measure your obedience. Because the system doesn't punish rebellion. It punishes independence. You call it planning. They call it control. Every form you fill, every year you wait, is a silent transaction. Your future, traded for peace of mind. Part 5. The incentive illusion. The smartest form of control never feels like control. It feels like a reward. That's the genius of incentives. Tax breaks, credits, exemptions. Each one feels like a gift. But every gift has a giver. And in this system, the giver never loses. The IRS doesn't have to convince you. It just has to reward you for agreeing. They built a program where obedience feels like success, where following the plan feels like winning. That's why most people never question it, because nothing feels safer than being congratulated for being controlled. Part 6. The fear dividend. Fear is the most reliable currency ever created. It compounds quietly. The IRS learned long ago, you don't need to take control if people are too afraid to lose it. So they designed a system where fear funds everything. Fear of audits, fear of mistakes, fear of losing the tax-free status you thought was yours. Each form becomes a safety blanket. Each rule, a ritual of reassurance. And while you obey out of fear, they collect the dividend. Because fear doesn't just control behavior. It creates profit. Every late payment, every penalty, every delayed decision feeds the same machine. A machine that never needed your trust, only your trembling compliance. Part 7. The price of safety. Safety. The word everyone trusts. The promise everyone pays for. But safety isn't freedom. It's the subscription fee for fear. The IRS sells safety like insurance. You don't buy protection. You buy permission to feel calm. Every rule that keeps you safe keeps you smaller. Every guarantee that sounds protective reminds you who's in charge. They teach you to trade risk for relief, choice for comfort. And over time, you forget that real safety was never something you bought. It was something you built. The moment you stop questioning safe, you stop owning free. Part 8. The story of David. David did everything right. He saved early, invested wisely, trusted the rules. For 30 years, he believed the system was built for people like him. Every tax credit felt like a reward. Every tax-free promise felt like proof. Until 2025, when a single reclassification letter arrived. His withdrawals, now reassessed. His freedom, delayed. His trust, gone. But something changed that day. He didn't panic. He read. He learned. And he realized freedom wasn't in his account. It was in his awareness. David didn't lose his retirement. He redefined it. And in that decision, he found something no system could tax: clarity. Part 9. Dependence versus awareness. Dependence follows. Awareness questions. Dependence trusts the rules. Awareness studies the motives. Dependence waits for permission. Awareness acts with understanding. Dependence sees the IRS as protection. Awareness sees it as a system of control. Dependence believes in benefits. Awareness looks for the boundaries inside them. Dependence calls fear responsibility. Awareness calls it what it is: design. One lives by compliance, the other lives by clarity. And the moment you move from dependence to awareness, you stop asking for freedom and start creating it. Part 10. The vision line. Every generation inherits the same promise: safety, security, stability. But safety became silence. Security became surrender. And stability became stillness. The IRS doesn't own your freedom. It only manages the fear that keeps you from using it. And when you see that, everything changes. Because freedom isn't written in a form. It's forged in awareness. It begins the moment you stop asking for permission and start deciding for yourself. Remember this: retirement isn't built by waiting. It's built by the decision you make today. That's not a quote. That's a line in the sand. The line between those who follow and those who finally see. If you've reached this point, you already know this isn't just about taxes. It's about control. The IRS trap was never just financial. It was psychological. A system that rewards obedience and penalizes awareness. But the moment you understand it, you take back what can't be legislated: your time, your clarity, your freedom. So before you scroll away, pause. Share this truth with someone who still believes tax-free means free. Because awareness spreads faster than fear, and truth has a way of finding those who are ready to see. Comment your moment of realization below. Tell us when you decided to stop following and start understanding. And subscribe to @XRP Today USA, because the Retirement Freedom Master Series continues. And next time, we go deeper into how awareness becomes independence. Remember this, retirement isn't built by waiting. It's built by the decision you make today.